So hello guys, today we are continuing series I started last year, and that is watercolor old houses, and this is first and the last one, but today we will do this one, and this one is very dear to me. We just put a clip because first we will working on the sky. We are using these colors. We will give them a little spritz, and this is a Rosa Gallery. First color we will use will probably be turquoise, and it is that one. So I want my sky to be turquoise, but with a lot of water, and we will have some clouds. Then we will use for the house bright blue, and blue. So these colors are pretty similar, but you can see the difference. I will use this blue, just blue, for the shadows on this bright blue. Then I want cadmium yellow deep, and this will be windows and other part of the house. Then we will use cadmium orange, and this will be the windows on the yellow part of the house. Aurelian green for the tree, sienna nature green, and probably green quartz for some shadows because it is so deep green. That is beautiful. So this is our colors, and now we will start to mix. First we will say this one for the sky. First I want to add a lot of water everywhere where I want this sky to be. And then we very slowly putting our turquoise in the around these clouds. Music we are listening today is free lofi sound from game I like to use because it is free for streaming. So here is our little cloud. Then we will take this bright blue, and we will mix it little with this turquoise, and we will paint upper side of our house. Around these tree branches. Now we are continuing on downside of this part of the house, and this part will be just blue. Now I want to add a little bit of shadows here, and we're doing this with the darker shade of the blue. And also, if we add a little bit of neutral black in this blue, we get shadows which are very deep. And also here behind the tree branches. And then we using orange, cadmium orange for the roof. So now I need to put this here because this is the only white part of the paper, and I also need to paint this part of the roof. Now the greens. When this everything dries, I want to paint on the tree, and first we will use Aurelian green because I want some parts to be super light green from the sun. The sun coming from above, so this part is pretty light green. And we will add some shadows here and there. Now it is time for darker green, and that will be this natural green. One really dark, deep green, so we'll put it here and there where we think our shadows are. First, I want to work with this cadmium yellow deep, and this will be our house. So it is peeking from here and behind the tree. Now we need to dry a little bit because I don't want the colors to lift too much. But we will add a little bit of green here because I can see here is some white. Now we're using again this cadmium orange for part around the windows. Then this cadmium yellow for windows on this part of painting. Now I want also this super dark blue, like I put it here in these windows. I also want to put it in these windows. Now the tree, and tree will go with amber. Now orange again for this part. Here's a little fence made from bricks. They are in the shadows and they are a little bit over fence, a little bit on the fence. And now I need to put a lot of colors for the cloud on this part, no clouds, for the sky on this part of the house. And now the shadows of around the windows, so here. And maybe they are not stuck cracks, maybe they are like, you know how they wall painting, like how is that called, stucco or something. But nevertheless, the house is old and I want to show this. Yellow, dark cadmium yellow. I want to fix these windows. Now I want to add that on this house also. Brown. On the tree. Now I need a little bit of blackness on some parts. now a little bit white, maybe on these windows. And that is our second house, old house, rundown house. Which one is better, guys, for you? This one or this one? They both have their own elements of gorgeousness. So see you in 3 days. Bye.